What's going on? Sunny here, and today I'm just making a casual video, nothing planned. I just want to talk about certain insights that I'm experiencing right now. For the past couple of days, especially today, been going through a phase of internal resistance. You know, like that phase where you don't exactly know what's wrong, but you kind of feel off and kind of feel like at a battle internally. So right now I'm just reevaluating certain like approaches that I have to my work, to even making videos, to relationships, to just everything in life, right? Choosing or reevaluating my perspective that I have on life, on many things in life. And so I wanted to share certain insights that I'm currently getting through this phase, because I believe that everybody goes through these phases, right? There are phases where you feel amazing and in the days great. However, then on certain other days, you feel so much resistance and you don't even know why. And how you handle these phases is very important, because you can either learn the lesson through these phases and propel yourself at a higher level of consciousness, right? You can deepen your awareness, or you can fall further into unconsciousness if you identify with the thoughts that this phase imposes on you. And so I made a post in my accelerated reality group, and I just wanted to share those insights with you too. So number one, right? Whenever you're going through any of these phases where you're feeling this resistance and you don't know how to get rid of it, don't make a big deal out of it at all. Don't give this resistance a greater meaning than it needs to have. Don't discuss it with other people. Don't try to keep expressing it. Don't give it that much attention even in your own mind. Don't battle with it. Even if it's not just internal resistance, even if it's like external resistance, certain problems that are coming up, don't make a big deal out of it. Let it be. Okay? The bigger deal you make out of it, the bigger deal it will become. And it takes wisdom, it takes perspective, it takes awareness to not make a big deal out of it when it happens in the moment. It's another thing to like exaggerate it and then later on be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I want to challenge you and invite you, the next time you go through this kind of a phase where you kind of feel off, don't give it too much significance. Don't believe in its reality. We often get reeled into believing that, oh, this is how things are going to be now, or I feel negative, I shouldn't be feeling this way. No, let go of all of that. Let go of feeding your attention to this resistance in that sort of way. Don't make a big deal out of it. So that's number one. Number two is don't identify with the negative feelings. Instead of getting lost in thoughts of that resistance, try to accept the phase and the feelings that come along with it fully. See their temporary nature. So this is huge. Oftentimes when I see people going through a phase of negativity, they become completely dissolved in it. They become absorbed by it. And this stems from making a big deal out of it. See, the way an unconscious person lives is that anything that comes up in their experience, their sense of self becomes identified with it. An unconscious person constantly identifies with success if success comes into their experience, and then they constantly identify with failure when failure comes out in their experience. They identify with the negative feelings or the positive feelings, right? That's unconsciousness right there. That's you not knowing at your core what you actually are. And because of that, your sense of self, your sense of identity constantly gets mixed up with whatever is coming in your experience. So I want to let you know, and I want to challenge you again to, when these negative feelings come up in your experience and that resistance, as strong as it may be, don't identify with it. Have the awareness in that moment to know that if this was not here before and this is here now, and you know that this is going to leave eventually, know that that cannot be you. Anything that you observe coming and going cannot be you. It cannot be your true self. It cannot be your essence. So don't give it too much identification. Don't give it any identification. Don't give it too much energy. Okay, it's very important. If you identify with the negative thoughts of this phase, then you will further perpetuate this phase of resistance. And you will buy in to the realities that those thoughts are trying to sell to you. Those negative realities. This is what in reality transurfing is called an induced transition. where you buy into those thoughts and then you feed them with your energy and you induce yourself to, or you shift yourself to those negative lifelines. Don't fall for that. Stay firmly based in yourself when these feelings are coming, and watch them coming and going. And affirm further that if I'm watching these things coming and going, they cannot be me. And if they are not me, I don't have to listen to them. I don't have to give so much significance to them. I don't have to identify with them. Okay? Now, number 3, use the contrast to learn what life is trying to teach you right now. Learn the lesson. All of these phases of contrast come with amazing lessons. Lessons that sometimes we are not receptive to within those phases of resistance because we get caught up in the negativity. But every single one of my phases where I've kind of gotten into this negativity, I've noticed that it's trying to teach me something. It's trying to reveal something to me. And I almost say it like this: every phase of resistance, every valley is setting you up for your next peak, your next phase of expansion. And so instead of believing in the contraction, actually use the contraction to expand further. The contraction is very necessary in order to expand. Going through a negative phase is very important in order to actually have a positive phase. So learn the lesson, seek the lesson, try to get away from the emotion of it all and get into the space within you, which is not affected by what is going on right now, which is not projecting a future or reminiscing over the past. And use that part of you that is completely detached to become receptive to the solution. See how this could be benefiting you as well. See the bigger picture. And see how you can use this, whatever you're learning right now, whatever you're going through right now, to propel you towards your vision, towards what you actually want. Now, lastly, and perhaps one of the most important ones, see what always remains the same. The resistance comes and goes, but what is always here as the witness of it? What is the silent observer that witnesses these negative feelings not being here, right? Their absence, and then them being here, their presence, and then them leaving, their departure. What is that part of you that always remains constant, that watches these feelings' absence, presence, and departure? Focus on that. During these phases, connect with that version of you, that part of you, actually the real you. The one that is always constant in your experience, the only one that we can actually call real. Because everything that we are accustomed to calling reality passes. It comes and goes. But there's an essence of always just it being the now, it being right here, and it always being me, I, through which I'm experiencing everything. Notice that. Pay attention to that. Use this phase to actually deepen your sense of that. So on a very surface level, we're just identified with our mind and body. And that's why we so strongly identify with the negative feelings as well. But use these phases to deepen and detach, right? Deepen your sense of I from mind and body, identity, to the actual sense of I, the one that cannot be seen but is always here, present. That sense of existing. And start to look at your current situation of all this resistance or whatever through that perspective. And you'll instantly feel relief. You'll instantly dissolve your suffering. It's very powerful. So as Eckhart Tolle says, when an unconscious person is going through a difficult time, they fall further into unconsciousness. But when a conscious person is going through a difficult time, they use that difficult time to deepen their consciousness or awareness. So be the conscious person. You're on the spiritual journey, and so don't just be in it for the entertainment, for like the little bit of relief you get here and there. Don't run away from the negative phases. They're very important. So when you're experiencing the negative phases, use them to deepen your awareness. They are a gift. And that's why I wanted to make this video so bad, because, you know, like I did not plan on making a video today, but I just wanted to make this because it is so important. Like today, I noticed myself in the morning resisting this negative sort of resistance, but I was like, no, you know, like I completely shifted my perspective around that, and even shifted my schedule throughout the day. And just, you know, like just taking it a day at a time and just actually just realigning myself to that awareness, rather than like getting caught up in the day-to-day activity and then just constantly running away from the negativity. All right, so implement these 4 things. Let me know which one of these connected with you the most in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts about how you deal with phases of resistance, okay? But I hope you enjoyed this video and gained value from it. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. All right, I will see you in the next video.